Hey beauty activists, we're here with Elaine and I'm going to be showing you guys how to do this really edgy, bold, textured bob. So this is how her hair looks now. We actually had it as a very blunt bob and it's grown out quite a bit now. It's been growing out for maybe about 4 months or so. And so what we're going to do is we're going to be taking this much shorter and we're going to be giving her a different style bob. This textured bob is super classy and it's really fun. Let's get started. I'll show you exactly how to recreate this look. Here is her hair all sectioned out now. You really want to make sure when you're doing any sort of hair cutting that you're very clean with your sections. It makes cutting the hair so much easier. We are going to have one section down at the bottom here in the nape section. And then we're going to have the mid sections of the head sectioned out, one on each side. And then the top crown where we're going to have a horseshoe starting at the bridles on each side. We are going to be starting in the bottom nape section here. What we want with the hair here is that it's going to sit quite snug to the nape. So we are going to be taking off a decent amount of length and weight. We're going to be starting in the center back of the head and we're going to be pulling straight out from the head and cutting parallel to the scalp. We are going to be cutting the hair about 1.5 inches long. Now we're going to be working our way towards the outside of the head. We're going to be taking now a section similar in size to the center back section. We're going to over direct that towards the center, which is going to help us preserve length as we move to the outside. We're going to cut using the center length as a guide with our hands again parallel to the scalp. Now we're going to work onto the next side and we're going to mirror exactly what we did on the previous side. What we're doing is creating symmetry across the entire nape section in the back. It's important to cross-check your work throughout the haircut to make sure that your hair is even and symmetrical and you're on the right track. What you want to do is you want to take partings opposite the partings that you cut. So I'm going to be going horizontally and you want to see that the hair is all in line and that you don't have any hair sticking out of place. If you see hairs that are out of place, make sure you tweak them accordingly and again cross-check to make sure that you have no hairs out of place. Check the hair from the same section on each side of the head to make sure that they are even on both sides. Let's move on now to the next two sections, which is the mid section of the haircut. We're again going to be starting into the center back of the hair. Our goal is to create some graduation in the haircut, so we're going to be pulling the hair down at about a 45-degree angle. We're going to make sure that the shortest length in this hair is actually going to reach the bottom of the haircut in the nape here because we want this piece to overhang the previous nape section that we had cut. I'm going to be holding my hands at about a 45-degree angle to cut the graduation into the hair. Once we're completed that section, we're going to move towards the front on one side of the head. We're going to take similar size sections and we're going to over direct it to the center back section that we just cut, and we're going to use that section as a guide. To complete the rest of the sections in the haircut, we're going to over direct the section to the previous. This is going to create a gentle increase in the length as we work our way to the sides. And what that's going to do is help build length around the ears. That is always an area that, because it has less hair, can tend to have a hole in the haircut if not done properly. So you again really want to make sure to build that length around the ear section. Make sure that you're wetting the hair down as much as you need. You want to make sure that the hair is evenly saturated and wet throughout the entire haircut. This will make sure that you have proper tension in your hands as you're cutting the hair and that the hair is easier to cut. Now moving on to the side sections, this is going to be from the top of the ear to the front of the face. We're going to be taking our first section at the top of the ear and we're going to be over directing it back to the previous section. This is going to be the last section of the outside edge of the back. From this point on, we're going to be over directing all the following sections back to the same spot. When over directing the hair all the way back to this back section, that's going to preserve the maximum amount of length around the face so that when it falls forward, we still have a very nice slight angle forward with a little bit more length around the front. We are again going to cross-check the hair and tweak anything that we need to that's sitting out of place. Let's move on now to the next side of the hair. We're going to mirror what we did on the other side, again creating symmetry on both sides of the head. Make sure that you are cross-checking as you go on both sides, making sure that it is in fact the same length on each side of the head as you're working your way through. Now that you're cutting your last section of this side, you should see that it lines up fairly evenly for length as the other side. This is why it's very important to make sure you have the proper over direction and you match and mirror each side of the haircut, as well that you're cross-checking throughout as you're doing the haircut. We are going to cross-check again on both sides, making sure that the haircut is even. Make sure that every single hair is in place and that we see complete symmetry on each side. If you see anything out of place, make sure to tweak that specifically so that the haircut's going to be perfect. Cross-checking is the key to great haircuts. We are again going through the hair, taking horizontal sections, making sure that all the hairs are in place and tweaking anything out of place that we need to. On we go. We're going to finish the haircut now and move to the top horseshoe section of the hair. We are going to start again in the center back of the hair and we're going to finish off the graduation we need for the haircut. So again, we're going to be pulling the hair straight back from the head with a slight angle in our fingers. It's going to be a slight 45-degree angle here and we're going to cut the graduation into the hair. As we move towards the front of the face, we're again going to be over directing the hair to the previous section. Getting to the side sections of the top now, what we're going to do is the same thing we did on the midsection of the haircut, and we're going to over direct the hair all the way to the back section around the ears. Once that's complete, now we're going to be putting layers into the rest of the haircut at the very top. We're going to be pulling the hair straight up from the head and cutting straight across, allowing for some layers to fall down over top of this nice graduated bob. We are over directing the hair back again to preserve length around the front. We're now going to join the top layers of the hair with the rest of the graduated haircut. We're going to pull the hair out from the parietal ridge at a 45-degree angle. The parietal is where the horseshoe of the hair meets the rest of the haircut, and we're going to notch in and take out this corner and this weight of the hair. Taking out this corner is going to allow the hair to fall very nicely when the layers fall over the graduation. This is our last cross check now that the haircut is done. Make sure that everything again is symmetrical on both sides and that her bob is even around the face. We are going to now look at the perimeter of the haircut and make sure all the hairs are sitting in place. If you have anything because of her hairline that is causing the hair to sit out of place, you want to tweak that to give a very nice finish to the bottom of the cut. With the haircut all complete now, I'm going to go through with my texture shears and take out some weight. This is a very visual process. Make sure that you're taking out enough to give the textured look, but not too much that you're taking out too much of the hair and taking out the fullness. To finalize the haircut, I want to add a bit more texture to it. I'm going to visually see where I want to put some more movement into the hair, and I'm going to do some deep point cutting with my shears. This is going to take out some of the weight and put more texture into the finished look. To create this look, styling the hair and products are so key. So what I'm going to put in is the Replenish Restoration Oil. That's going to give softness and shine to the hair. Next, I'm going to be putting in Protect, which is our hot tool heat shield. It will protect from blow drying and our curling iron. Lastly, which is super important, is I'm going to be putting in Texture. Texture is going to provide foundation to the haircut. It's going to add volume, it's going to add hold, and it's going to allow us to create this beautiful textured bob. Lastly, I'm going to put some loose curls into her hair using the curling iron. We're just gonna finish with Fix Flexible Hairspray. It's just gonna add some more texture and hold to the look. We are all done the look. Check it out. This haircut looks awesome and Elaine rocks it out. It is a super classy textured bob. You can see how it sits in the hair, how nicely it sits in the back sections. It's gonna be a super easy cut and style for her to play with. It's going to be a lot of fun for her. If you guys have any questions about this, leave a comment below. Try it out for yourself. Make sure to go check out our products, guys, at nvenn.com. If you guys want to win free products, we give away products every month. Go to nvenn.com/giveaway. Other than that, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're putting out videos every Friday, so I guess I'll see you guys next week. Bye.